Alright guys, so today's cha-ching is going to be ever so slightly different. At the end of this video, I'm going to have a antique booth update as well as Eric and I, just a clip of Eric and I picking up some stuff from an auction because I wanted to share both of those things but didn't really have enough footage to do it. Just those two things together. So that'll be at the end of the video. So this cha-ching, I normally do about like 50 things and I think I have like 23 here. So just a little bit of a shorter cha-ching video. But this is going to be cha-ching number 146. So the first thing that I have is a perfume. This perfume was by Saks Fifth Avenue and the scent was called Bond Number 9. I had never personally had heard of this perfume before. This was given to me by my cousin's husband. I told him, I said, when I sell this, I'm going to give you half of it. Like, I'm not just taking it. He was insistent on me just taking it, but after the return window ends with this perfume, I am definitely giving him his share because I didn't pay anything for it. He just gave it to me to sell. He gave it to me to sell, not as like a gift for me. That sold for $199.99. So, and then there's something else in here that I sold for someone and I will get to that as well. There's kind of a few wrestling type things in this specific cha-ching. There were some wrestling toys that came up at the auction and you guys know I was looking for the ones that had the best resale value, so you'll see those in here. The first one was a WWE Wrestling Championship belt, so just like a toy belt, obviously. Brand new, still in the box, that sold for $64.99. I sold a vintage Polly Pocket. This one was called Undersea World and it sold for $79.99. That came from the lady I've been buying vintage toys from. Also sold a bunch of wooden folk art Menno, just animal, like wood painted figures. Eric and I won a bunch of these at a folk art auction one time and there were more and we always do really well selling these. So, and we sold a bunch of them. So we sold a helmeted guinea fowl for $75, a pigeon for $64, a mallard duck for $50. Here's another pigeon that sold for $64, as well as a brown chicken that sold for $49.99. Those were all purchased by the same person who they said they collected Menno. Here's another WWE. This one was a figure of The Miz that sold for $74.99, brand new in the packaging. Do you remember when The Miz was on The Real World? Gosh, those were the days. I used to love watching The Real World. Also sold a Rey Mysterio figure for $49.99. I was looking at The Miz. Then I sold a vintage, these were My Little Ponies, but they're called Petite Ponies. These also came from the lady I've been buying vintage toys from. This was a play set. It was 100% complete. And that sold for $49.99. Also sold another WWE figure of Hornswoggle. I occasionally watched wrestling. Eric was into it for a little while and I would watch it mainly just to watch like Randy Orton because dreamy. However, it's been a long time now since both Eric and I have gotten into watching it. So he was talking about it the other day about maybe watching it again. So I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like you either love it or hate it. In my household growing up, my dad loved it. So it was always on when I was younger. So, but I just never myself really got like really into it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I don't know who some of these characters are. I didn't know who Hornswoggle was. Anyway, Here is a vintage Transformers car of smoke screen. This actually belonged to my aunt, so I am giving her part of this sale as well. And this one sold for $55. Sold some more Menno animals. This one was an owl that sold for $89. Then we have a pigeon, but it was, I think, smaller. I want to say it was smaller than the other ones prior. So this one sold for $46. Here's another one. There was two different pigeons. Another one that sold for $46. A red, got it, cha-ching, a red tulip flower that sold for $40, as well as a mini rooster that sold for $40 and a mini chicken that sold for $40. So, whew, a lot of Mennos going out, definitely. And for the most part, they were going to, like, I'm pretty sure, like, the same two people. Also sold a vintage, this was by Tiger Electronics, Lamb Chop and Friends, little handheld game that sold for $69.99. Then this next item was that chalkware hula girl dancer. I picked this up at Goodwill and it sold for $67. I sold a vintage She-Ra doll of Catra that sold for $89.99. This next item was also from the folk art auction. This was a hand carved. The artist's name is David Sabol. So Eric and I sold stuff that was made by this guy last time we went to a folk art auction that had his stuff there, and the stuff sold very well. So I was surprised we made off with more of his stuff at the prices that we did, considering we did so well prior. So this piece here was a mouse in a leaf boat. I mean, so stinking cute and whimsical. We paid $110 for the mouse and it sold for $449. This was actually locally picked up. The man that picked it up, I'm pretty sure he lives somewhere close by. I can't remember now off the top of my head exactly how close, but he was in the area. So we did a local pickup and got to talking, because anytime I do a local pickup on eBay, typically whoever's picking up the item, they have like a story to tell. Either about like why they collect what they're picking up, or just kind of like a story to go along with, you know, why they purchased something. So come to find out, this man actually knows David Sabol, which is awesome. So, and then we got to talking about just, you know, wood carving artists and things like that. And he was telling us about some wood carving shows that are close by that we could check out. So next time there is one, Eric and I are going to go to it, because we would like to just add some stuff to our own collections. But, you know, we do more or less like collecting Christmas and Halloween and stuff like that. So if anyone had some like Santas, like hand-carved Santas, or, you know, something Halloween related, then that's something like we would maybe pick up for ourselves to put in our collection. So, and then we told him that we had another David Sabol piece that hadn't been listed yet. And he was actually going on a business trip out to California, and he said when he gets back, let him know, and we could just do like another meetup. So this next one he bought but never went on eBay. We just did a local pickup for it. And this one was a mouse, kind of like a doctor mouse. He was pouring some medicine. Now his spoon that he would have been pouring the medicine on, it was broken. We paid $130 for this piece, and he purchased it from us for $450. So he actually said that he might be able to get David to actually fix that for him if it's possible. So it was just awesome. It's like small world. Like, we live in such a small world in the grand scheme of things. I don't know if you guys remember, in one haul that I did, I was showing a painting. It was the cat the cat and the fiddle painting with the cat and the moon, and it was like a hey diddle diddle kind of painting. Come to find out, the artist of that is a relation on my mom's sister, my aunt's side, her husband's side of the family. So mind blown. I was like, once I like heard the name again and put 2 and 2 together, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. So yes, very, very small world. But that's pretty much everything I'm going to go over for the cha-chings, because like I said, I do have some, you know, footage I want to put at the end of this video. I will say my eBay sales are down 10.6% right now. I do feel like sales, I still think they're good, but I definitely feel like, you know, there is a little bit of a decline in sales, I guess, but nothing that's really hurting, if that makes sense. There is a technical issue I noticed the past 2 days. eBay still hasn't fixed it yet. When you try to search for someone by their username and then like sort to their newest listings, it's not showing up. And I did see some people were asking about it on like the eBay Facebook groups and things like that, and I saw people saying like, well, who cares about that feature or whatever, like who needs that feature? If there are people who are, I don't know what that was, my Alexa just went off, probably something delivered from Amazon. If there are people who follow you as a seller and are trying to see what you have listed, like new stuff that you have listed because they follow you, if they're trying to do it on their phone, it's still working, I believe, on, you know, a desktop, but not on the phone, like through the app. So if they're trying to like look for new stuff that you listed, they're not going to be able to sort those things and see the new stuff that you listed. So it is a very imperative thing to not be in working order. You know what I mean? So it's definitely something that eBay needs to fix. Like I said, it's been 3 days now and they still haven't fixed it. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. Like, such a big company, you would think that they would care about their technical issues, because they are important technical issues. I know some people seem to think it's not an important issue, but it is if you have people who are following your store and, you know, are potential repeat buyers and that type of thing. So that's just a little bit of annoyance that's been going on the past 3 days. So you have to let me know if you noticed that, or, you know, if you're still having problems with it. I can't, neither me or Eric on our apps on the phone can do anything with it. I do want to see what that cha-ching was. Okay. And I got a message from my friend, so I had to look at that. I got paid for Fostoria vase. I am so surprised this sold for what it did, and you'll see this in an upcoming cha-ching as well. But I sold this Fostoria. This is just a small Fostoria vase, like 6 inches. It does glow, obviously. It sold for $215, and they paid. So that's awesome. That came from an auction. But I am going to end it here with the cha-ching. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of cha-ching and that you enjoy the rest of the video. So take it away. I'll let you guys see some of the stuff that we won at this auction. We came and picked up. So I won this really cool Halloween mirror. It's huge. I have no idea where this originally would have come from. It's got these hanging metal spiders on it. It's really quite cool. I got this chip can. It's in really nice condition. This Mrs. Irie's, I don't know, they're out of, or were out of Maryland. We got 2 swan decoys. We did really well with some duck decoys, so we're gonna try our hand at some swans. This lot, I basically just wanted this little glass basket to put in the booth. I don't know what this stuff is, but we'll figure it out. There was a little Halloween lot. This witch with the crystal ball, she's actually made out of ceramic. So it came with these 2 skulls, and then this is like a light up, jack-o'-lantern. Won this metal sign. This should be a good one, as well as the Coca-Cola thermometer. This one's made out of wood. So those were 2 really good pieces. I'm excited to get those listed. This tote, I already sold one of these Littlest Pet Shop little boxes, so that was in there, and I had no idea until I was doing my research, but there is a baby doll in here. It's called Love-A-Bella. These are worth like $200, which is insane to me. I had no idea until I looked it up. I think we just won 1 piece of artwork here. So I'm not sure if we're listing that or if it's going to go in the booth. Haven't decided. This box, I think Eric took out, yeah, he laid them in here. These had these these are Italian, little trinket type dishes. They are signed on the bottom, Italy. So those 2 are in good condition, but there was one in there that's pretty chipped up. And then in this box, I only really wanted this weird pumpkin guy, and I'm keeping him for myself. How stinking cute is he? He does have an issue on his stem, but I think I'm gonna like either paint that so it doesn't look as much of a chip, or if I'll put something around it, like a little sprig of some sort. And then this was just like 2 random little lots. Mainly, I was just interested in the little hens on the nest, and there's like this little, if I can get it out of here, this little wooden mushroom that was made in Spain. He was cute. And then I don't really know the rest of everything is. Oh, and then this I got to put in the booth, this old basket. Alright guys, I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit of an update of our wall in the booth. We got a bunch of these gravel arts up there, as well as this very large peacock and these 2, hello, sunburst mirrors. And then just a couple other things that are new. We have a birdhouse, these 2 wooden swan decoys, and we also put in a set of Pyrex refrigerator dishes. And I also think, yeah, just put in this little crackle glass pitcher, set of salt and pepper shakers, and this little guy right there. But as far as over here, I don't know if you guys saw a recent overview of this side of stuff. Did sell a cookbook, so I put in a new one there. And then there were some Easter Jim Shore pieces that we put in. So we have that one, and then this little toothpick holder. And I feel like that's probably what all that is new, aside from maybe these jadeite looking grapes there.